Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
What is your name?
Carmen Lauber.
Do you spell your last name Lauber?
Yes.
It's indelicate, but how old are you?
54.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a direct support intake. I work with people with disability and mental challenges and stuff.
Do you have a history of drug use?
Yes.
When did that history begin?
6th grade, I was smoking pot, and then it just varied up through junior high and high school.
How did it vary up?
Through cocaine, through pot, through mushrooms, LSD, acid, just drinking stuff through junior high and high school.
Did it continue into adulthood?
Yes.
For how long?
For quite most of my adulthood.
Have you ever sold drugs?
Yes.
Do you have a criminal history involving drugs?
Yes.
Does it involve drug possession?
Yes.
Does it involve drug distribution?
Yes.
Do you have felony convictions for drug distribution?
Yes.
Are you currently on a type of probation for drug distribution?
Yes.
And are you on a probation for a felony drug distribution?
Yes.
Is that probation in Wasatch County's drug court?
Yes.
What is drug court?
Drug court is where you go in, they give you the tools to rehabilitate yourself. They give you groups, personal therapy, one-on-one treatment. They give you random UAs. They have you complete an MRT book. Just tools to rehabilitate yourself.
When you say UAs, is that urinalysis testing?
Yes.
To see if you're hot for drugs?
Yes, we would call in daily, and you would either have a number or a color. And if your color or number was called, you had to go to the 5-minute clinic and do a UA.
And is the idea behind drug court that it's a rehabilitative program under court supervision?
Yes.
And that if you complete the rehabilitative part of the court supervision, there's some benefit to your pending charges?
Yes, it's a plea in advance.
And a plea in abeyance means it doesn't go down as a conviction.
It doesn't go on your record, yes.
Are you also pending charges in Wasatch County for marijuana possession and possession of a gun by a person who's prohibited from possessing a gun?
Yes.
Are you sober now?
Yes.
How long, ma'am, have you been sober?
A little over 4 years.
Is that the longest time in your life since 6th grade that you have been sober?
Absolutely. Except for the time I was pregnant. It's the only time I quit, and then I'd go back to being high. But yes, 4 years. 4 years.
Are you represented by a lawyer in connection with your testimony here today?
Yes, I am.
Are you testifying pursuant to several grants of immunity today?
Yes.
Is one of those grants of immunity in a letter from Summit County?
Yes.
Is one of those grants of immunity in a letter from Salt Lake County?
Yes.
Is one of those grants of immunity in a letter from the federal government?
Yes.
And is there also an understanding between you and Wasatch County, or at least your attorney and Wasatch County, that there's immunity for the gun and the marijuana in Wasatch County?
Yes.
And do you have those 4 grants of immunity because you have committed crimes in connection with this case in all 4 of those jurisdictions?
Yes.
What is your understanding of those immunity agreements?
With proceeding forward with the truth, and there will be no charges filed back on me.
Do you understand that they require you, in order to avoid criminal exposure, they require you to testify today truthfully?
Yes.
Do they require you to testify today fully?
Yes.
Regardless of who's asking you the questions?
Yes.
And that if you don't testify truthfully and fully, you could lose all of that immunity?
Yes.
Did your lawyer assist you in getting that immunity?
Yes.
Did he advise you of the potential criminal exposure you face if you lose that immunity?
Yes.
Did you interview with investigators before you got immunity in those cases?
Yes.
About how many times?
6 times? 6 or 7 times.
And over the course of those 6 or 7 times, before you had immunity, about how many hours total did you speak with investigators?
Give or take 10, 15 hours.
Why did you speak with investigators before you were granted immunity?
Well, after they told me what I was being held for, sorry, I wanted to make sure it was the right thing to do, if this is actually what happened.
What do you mean, if this is actually what happened?
They told me that Eric had died of it.
Well,
Your Honor,
whatever. Please continue.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Lauber, I just asked you why you testified before you had been granted immunity. You started to say that the investigators told you that Eric had died. Is that right?
Yes.
Can you please pick up your testimony from there?
I already knew Eric had passed away. But when they had mentioned that it was from an overdose, that hit hard. Only for the fact that if that's what happened, I needed to step up and take accountability of my part in this that happened and what I was asked for. At first, it took a minute to process everything.
Fine. Is it fair to summarize, though, that you interviewed with investigators before you had immunity, in part to take accountability for your part in Eric's death?
Yes.
Was another part of the reason you spoke with investigators prior to a grant of immunity was that you hoped you would eventually get some benefit, some grant of immunity?
Yes.
Before you interviewed with investigators prior to the grant of immunity, right, the 6 interviews over 10 to 15 hours, had you consulted with an attorney?
No.
Had you reviewed any materials to prepare for those interviews?
No, I was in jail.
In order to get ready for today, over the course of the several weeks or months, have you met with your lawyer to prepare to testify like you are now?
Yes.
In the course of that preparation, did you review any materials so that you would be ready?
Yes.
What did you review?
Some of my testimonies when I was in jail and some pictures and data from cell phones.
Ma'am, did you know Corey Richards?
Yes.
How did you know her?
I worked for her aunt for LTD's personal house cleaning.
And as part of working for Corey Richards' aunt's house cleaning business, did you clean Corey Richards' home?
Yes. Every other Friday, unless she needed an extra clean or a deep clean.
About how long did you know Corey Richards?
I worked for her aunt for 9 years.
And did you know Corey Richards that whole 9 years?
Yes. We got to know each other throughout the years.
Did you also perform other cleaning services for Corey Richards?
Yes, when I wasn't working for Doreen, I reached out to her and asked her if she had any house cleaning or landscaping or anything that she needed help with.
Did you ever discuss your drug history with Corey Richards?
Yes.
How so?
We just talk about how I was going in drug court and when I would graduate, and she would reach out and ask how things were going, or if we'd run into each other. I'd tell her I'm almost graduating.
And that's the drug court in Wasatch County.
Yes.
When did you go into drug court in Wasatch County?
I had my evaluation in 2019, and I entered in late 2021.
Am I right that your drug court discussions with Corey Richards would have been while you were in drug court beginning in late 2021?
Yes.
Did you know Eric Richards?
Yes.
How did you know him?
I cleaned his house, and he'd come in and he would joke with us that we were there a little later than what we should have been. And he'd tell us, get out of here, we're working past 5 o'clock. It's time to go home. So I've gone to their house with my grandkids on a barbecue when it was one of their sons' birthdays with her aunt.
Did you know that Eric Richards owned a stonemasonry business?
Yes.
Did you know any of the workers that he employed in that business?
No.
Did Corey Richards ever ask you to purchase for her illicit drugs?
Yes.
How many times?
4.
Did you purchase illicit drugs for her?
Yes.
How many times?
4.
When you purchased illicit drugs for Corey Richards the first time, who did you purchase the drugs from?
Susan Kohler.
When you purchased for Corey Richards drugs the second time, who did you purchase the drugs from?
Robbie.
By Robbie, do you mean Robert Crozier?
Yes.
How about the third time?
Robbie.
The fourth time?
Robbie.
Let's please begin with the first purchase of drugs for Corey Richins from Susan Kohler, okay? How did Corey Richins approach you about purchasing drugs?
She had reached out and asked if I could do her a favor, and I said, yeah, probably, what is it? And then she had called me and asked me if I could reach out to somebody for some pay meds for an investor that she knew. And I told her I could see what I could do. So I knew Susan Kohler was still using at the time, an active user still. And then Susan Kohler reached back and told me she knew somebody that had some pain meds.
How did you know Susan Kohler?
She was working for Doreen at the time.
And how did you know Susan Kohler was an active user at that time?
'Cause that's one of the reasons why I quit working with Doreen, because they were still active users.
So you had worked with her at the time?
Yes.
Knew she was an active user?
Over the year, yeah.
When did Corey Richins approach you that first time to get drugs?
February 11th, February 10th, right around there.
Was it February or was it January?
Was it early February?
Early February?
In January, early February.
About what time? Month? Beginning month, end of month? Is it end of January, early February, late February? When was it?
Early February.
Would that be 2022?
Yes.
How about the money for the drugs? Did Corey Richins front you money for the drugs?
No, she did not. I had given Susan the money.
Okay, how much money?
$600.
What type of drug did you ask Susan Kohler for on Corey Richins' behalf?
Just some kind of painkiller, an opiate.
And you gave Susan Kohler $600 of your money.
Yes.
What in return did Susan Kohler give you?
A couple hours later, she had returned back to my house with an envelope full of pills.
Okay, what type of envelope?
Just a mailing envelope.
The normal letter?
Just a white envelope.
Did you look in the envelope?
No.
How did you know it was full of pills?
Susan told me that's what was in there.
Did you feel the envelope?
Yeah.
Did it feel like there were pills in
Yeah,
it?
they were just little round pills.
What did you do next?
Then I had texted Corey and told her that I had got some pills for her and asked her what she wanted me to do with them. Told me she would. It was late when Susan returned, so she showed up in my driveway the next morning.
When you say she showed up in your driveway,
Corey.
Corey Richins showed
Yes.
up in your driveway the next morning.
Yes.
Did you hand Corey Richins the pills that next morning in your driveway?
Yes.
Did she give you any money for those pills?
Yes. She gave me back the $600 that I put up for him.
You mentioned part of this transaction with Corey Richins and Susan Kohler involved text messages. Do you have any of those text messages?
No.
Do you know what happened to those text messages?
I deleted them
Why?
because if I had lost my phone or anybody else got a hold of my phone or anybody in drug court wanted to see my phone, it was evidence that I was not following drug court rules. I was still involved with people that were using,
It was evidence that you're dealing drugs,
And-
right?
participating in selling drugs.
Let's talk about the second time that you purchased drugs for Corey Richins, which is am I right, the first time you purchased them from Robert Crozier?
Yes.
All right, let's talk about that first purchase from Robert Crozier. How did Corey Richins approach you on that purchase?
She had reached out to me in text message and said that her investor needed or wanted something stronger. I could have told her, well, I could reach out to the people I don't know. You just can't say, hey, this is what I'm looking for. When you're buying drugs off the street, you pretty much purchase what you get. And at the time, I didn't know anybody. So I reached out to another acquaintance that I knew that was still using, which would be Nicole.
You reached out to an acquaintance of yours, Nicole, that you knew was still using, right?
Yes, at the time.
And is that Nicole Cummings?
Yes.
How did you reach out initially? How did you reach out to Nicole Cummings?
On Facebook Messenger.
Miss Lauber, do you recognize that document as a Facebook exchange that you had with Miss Cummings?
Yes, it's off my Facebook Messenger.
Miss Lauber, do you see where it says, text me, I got a question and won't do it on this?
Yes.
Did you send that message by Facebook to Miss Cummings?
Yes.
on February the 5th, 2022. Is that when you sent it?
Yes.
Why did you send that message?
I was going to ask her if she knew anybody that had any pills.
And you didn't want to ask her over Facebook.
No,
Why not?
because once again, that's showing illegal activity of buying drugs.
Did you ultimately speak to Miss Cummings over the phone?
Yes, I did.
And what did you ask?
If she knew anybody who had any opiate pills for sale.
And how did she respond?
She said yes, she had a friend that could help me.
And did she identify the friend?
Yeah, she gave me his name. She said Robbie.
And is that the Robert Crozier you've mentioned before?
Yes, it is.
Did she put you in contact with Robert Crozier?
Yeah, she gave me his number.
Did you call Robert?
Yes, I did.
What, if anything, did you ask Robert Crozier?
If he knew anybody who had any pills, pain pills for sale.
And how did he respond?
He said he would reach out to a couple of people.
Did he ever get back to you after that?
Yes, he did.
When he got back to you, what did he say?
He said he had a buddy that had some fentanyl pills.
What then did you do?
I had texted Corey back and told her that I had a friend that could get them, but they were fentanyl pills.
So you told Corey you had a friend, a hookup for fentanyl pills.
Yes.
How did Corey Richards respond?
She said, okay, go ahead and get.
Did you go ahead and get her?
Yes.
What was the next step in getting?
The next step was reaching out to Robbie and tell them to go ahead and get him.
Did you arrange a time and location to purchase pills from Rob?
Robbie did, actually, because he was coming up from up north. So he had me go to a Maverick off 126 in Draper. It was closer to his person.
Let me maybe do this one more time. The text messages between you and Robbie, do you have them?
No.
Are they deleted?
Yes.
Did you delete them?
Yes.
Because they were evidence of drug distribution?
Yes.
Objection leading.
I think you're going to testify about a lot of text messages. Did you delete them all
Yes.
for the same reason?
Exactly.
Okay, so you set up to purchase fentanyl from Robert Crozier at the Maverick in Draper.
Yes.
Did you front the money for these?
No. That was more, way higher.
How much money was involved in this transaction?
$1,000.
How did the money come about? Who?
So I reached out to Corey and told her yes, that it was going to be kind of pricey. I asked her how she wanted me to grab him. I had to go to the house in Midway, not the mansion. It was a Midway house that she was flipping, and that the money would be in there.
So let me make sure I understand. Corey Richards said she would leave you $1,000 at a small house in Midway.
Yes.
Miss Lauber, do you recognize this photograph?
Yes, I do.
Is that the small house in Midway that you're thinking of?
Yes.
Is that an accurate depiction of the small house?
Yes.
Miss Lauber, did you enter that house and get the $1,000?
Yes, I did.
How did you enter the house?
Corey told me the back door was unlocked.
Was it?
Yes.
Did you enter through the back door?
Yes, I did.
Where inside the house was the money?
In a closet in a box with a couple of coffee cups.
So once you got the money, what did you do next?
I had called Robbie and told him, okay, I had the money, how long it would take him to get down from where he was coming from.
Did you then drive to the Maverick and Draper?
I didn't drive at the time. I didn't have a car.
Did somebody drive you?
Yes. Nancy.
Is Nancy Peters?
Yes.
Where did she pick you up?
At my house in Heber, off of Center Street.
And then she drove you from your house in Heber to Maverick and Draper?
Yes, down Provo Canyon.
Miss Lauber, do you recognize that document?
Yes, I do.
Is that an extraction of your some photographs from your cell phone?
Yes, it is.
Is that an accurate depiction of the photographs extracted from your cell phone?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves 3-7 into evidence.
Sir, we'd object. I don't think that Ms. Lauber can identify the Celebrite. The Celebrite hasn't even been introduced into evidence. I suppose she could introduce the photos. If they want to pull up the photos separately, but she can't identify the Celebrite. which is not
She can identify them as photos from her cell phone, correct?
I think she can, yes, it's photos from her cell phone if they want to show the photos without it being on the Cellbrite extraction.
Your Honor, we're going photo by photo.
You approach briefly.
Ms. Lauber, those 4 photographs, do you recall where you were or where you were traveling to and from when they were taken?
In Nancy's car.
As you were driving from Heber to Provo Canyon? Or from Heber down through Provo Canyon to the Maverick and Draper?
Yes.
Do you see the time, February the 11th, 2022, beginning at 5 p.m.?
Yes.
Is that an accurate date and time for those photographs?
Yes.
Is that you in the photograph?
Yes.
Who's the dog?
That is my silver lab Hemi.
And whose car are you in?
Nancy's.
And who's driving that car?
Nancy.
Is that you and Nancy Peterson?
Yes, it is.
Another photograph of you and Nancy Peterson?
Yes, it is.
In Nancy Peterson's car?
Yes.
Driving to meet up with Robert Crozier at the Draper Maverick on February the 11th, 2022?
Yes.
Meeting, Your Honor.
He's already laid a foundation. Overruled.
On the way down Provo Canyon to the Draper, did you text with Mr. Crozier?
Yes, I did.
What was the content of those texts?
Just how far out are you? How long is it going to take?
On the way down Provo Canyon, were you texting with Corey Richens?
Yes.
What was the context of those texts?
Sorry, it's taken long. I'm headed there now. I'll let you know when I leave the Maverick.
Did you end up meeting with Mr. Crozier at the Maverick?
Yes, I did.
What happened once you two met there?
He would text me and tell me what kind of vehicle he was in. I would tell him what I was in. He came up to the window. I gave him the money. He told me he'd be back like in 20, 25 minutes. And then he left the Maverick.
So the money that you gave him was the $1,000 you got from that small Midway house?
Yes.
Did he ultimately return?
Yes, he came back.
Did he have anything with him when he returned?
Yes, he did.
What did he have with him?
He handed me a little clear baggie with some pills in it, little round pills.
Can you describe, please, the baggie?
Just a little clear baggie. Clear like a plastic cup clear. You can see it through it.
Okay. Small, big, like...
Just a small.
What's small?
Kind of small like, if you buy a shirt and it has an extra button in it. That kind of size.
Gotcha. Did you see about how many pills were inside that baggie?
No, I didn't sit there and count them. It was 15 to 20 is what he told me.
You said they were circular?
Yes, just round.
Did you notice their color?
Kind of light green.
What did you do once he gave you the pills?
Left.
Left to where?
Back up through Provo Canyon, back up to my house in Heber.
On the way back to your home in Heber, did you exchange text messages with Corey Richardson?
Yes, I did.
What was the content of those messages?
I let her know that I had them. What did she want me to do with them? I really didn't want them with me at my house.
Did she tell you what she wanted you to do with those pills?
She responded back with, take them over to the Midway house, put them in a shed. There's 3 sheds on that property. I didn't feel comfortable leaving them in the shed out in the open. So I went to the fire pit and kind of dug a little hole and put the gravel back on top of it and then turned a brick to the side to kind of cover it up.
Ms. Lauber, do you recognize that photograph?
Yes.
What does it depict?
That is the house in Midway.
Is it the backyard of the house?
Yes.
Is that a fair and accurate depiction of that backyard?
Yes.
Is that the shed that you just referenced?
Yes.
Is that the fire pit that you just referenced?
Yes, it is.
So you put the pills that Robert Crozier sold you at the Draper Maverick in that fire pit?
Yes.
There's no fire at the time.
Not at the time, no. There was no fire.
I want to pause on the drug deals for a minute, okay? So we've got the Susan Kohler drug deal, the first Crozier drug deal, right?
Uh-huh.
Ms. Lauber, do you recognize those 2 documents?
Yes, I do.
What are they?
Letters from Corey saying I did some community hours.
Did Corey Richens give you those letters?
Yes, she did.
Are they accurate depictions of the letters that she handed you?
Yes, they are.
Your Honor, the state moves 233 and 234 into evidence.
No objection other than previous objection that is ongoing.
It's preserved by the record. It's been ruled upon. Court stands upon that ruling. 2-33 and 2-34 are admitted.
You mentioned, Ms. Lauber, that those are community service. Those are letters, I guess, evidencing perhaps community service.
Yes.
What's the genesis of these letters? Why these letters?
I was late for a couple of groups, so I got sanctioned from drug court to do 10 hours of community service.
So groups, you mean group therapy sessions?
Yes.
And because you were late to court-ordered, they're court-ordered, aren't they?
Yes.
Because you were late to court-ordered group therapy sessions in drug court, am I right, the judge sanctioned you to community service?
Yes.
Then did you approach Corey Richards about getting community service letters?
I had asked her if she knew anywhere I could get a letter with a head on it saying that I did some community hours.
Ms. Lauber, did Corey Richards hand you those letters?
Yes.
Did you perform that community service?
Absolutely not.
Have you ever stepped foot on a Circle R ranch?
No, I have not.
Did you submit those community service letters to the drug court in Wasatch County?
Yes, I did.
How'd that go?
Not too well. I ended up in jail for a day and
Wow.
got more community hours.
Ms. Lauber, you were in drug court on a felony drug distribution charge, right?
Yes.
You just testified that you bought drugs for Corey Richards,
Yes.
which is more drug distribution, right?
Yes.
And you just submitted a fake letter, 2 fake letters, to the drug court judge, right?
Yes.
Why on earth would you do that?
Well, I obviously didn't have time to do my community hours because I was reaching out to Robbie Kazera and picking up pills.
But why would you try to put one over on the court at all?
In the early stages of addiction, when you're slowly getting clean, you still test the waters. You're not ready to surrender yet. You're not sure about how much you can get away with and what you can't get away with.
So at that point in time, did you think you could get away with more drug distribution and fake letters?
No, not get away with it.
But you tried.
Yes, I did.
Have you since surrendered to drug court?
Absolutely.
Let's turn back to the drug deals. We've been through the first one with Miss Kohler, then the second drug deal, but the first drug deal with Robert Crozier. Let's turn to the second drug deal with Robert Crozier, okay? You all right? Want to take a minute?
No.
Did there come a time when Corey Richards again approached you for illicit drugs?
Yes.
If you want to take a minute, let me know.
No, I'm good. I'm fine.
Do you recall about when that second time with Mr. Crozier was?
Still in February. I'm not exactly sure of the date.
Okay. When Corey Richards approached you that second time involving Mr. Crozier, what did she ask for?
She said her investor needed something a little bit stronger. And I proceeded to tell her, like, it's not something you can just, when you're buying something off the street that's man-made, you just don't say, hey, this is what I want to order. She told her you get what you get.
Did there come a time when she asked you for the Michael Jackson stuff?
Yes.
Was that this time?
Yes.
What did you understand the Michael Jackson stuff to mean?
I actually wasn't sure. I had to Google it.
So you said it was ultimately this third buy from Robert Crozier. Did Corey Richards give you the money up front for the third buy?
Yes, it was the Midway house still.
Was it the same way she...
Same little house at Midway.
Okay.
Back door.
Did you enter the back door of that little
Yes.
house in Midway?
Yes.
Did you get some money?
Yes.
Do you remember about how much?
About $1,000.
Was it cash?
Yes.
Was it cash the other time also?
Yes.
Once you got the $1,000 out of the small Midway house, what did you do?
I texted Robbie.
What did you set up with Robbie over text?
Just saying, hey, does your friend still have any of those left? And then of course, it doesn't happen right then and there. I could text him and he'd say, I'll get back to you in a couple of days, I'll see what I can find out. So then when Robbie texted me back, I let Corey know that I could get him and then head back down, had Nancy take me once again down Provo Canyon to the Maverick on 126.
Just like the time before.
Yes.
Like before, were you texting with Robert Crozier on the way down the canyon?
Yes.
And what was the content of those texts?
Same texts. How much longer? How far out are you? Because he always had to find a ride as well.
Were you texting on the way down Provo Canyon with Corey Richards?
Yes.
What was the content of those texts?
Same thing. Sorry it's taken long. I don't know how long it's going to take, but I'll keep you posted.
When you arrived at the Maverick, were you still texting with both Robert Crozier and Corey Richards?
Yes, I would text Robbie and tell him I'm here at the Maverick. How much farther out are you?
And what would you text
I would
Corey
text
Richards?
Corey, sorry, he's taken longer than I thought.
And you deleted all of those texts?
Of course.
Did you ultimately meet up with Robert Crozier at the Draper that second time?
Yes.
What happened when you met up?
Same routine. He'd come up to the car, I'd give him the money, he'd leave again for 20, 25 minutes, then he'd come back. And then he'd give me the little clear baggie with pills in it, and then we'd go our separate ways.
Can you please describe the baggie?
Clear little baggie. Just a small little clear baggie. As if you were putting an extra button in it.
Same as last time?
Yes.
Do you recall about how many pills?
15 to 20. I never stopped and counted them, but that's what he told me was in the baggie.
Were they round again?
Yes.
What color were they?
A lighter blue.
Once you received the pills from Robert Crozier, what did you do?
Text Corey and told her I was headed back up Provo Canyon, and sorry it was getting late, so what did she want me to do with them?
Did you text with Corey Richards on your way back up Provo Canyon to Heber?
Yes.
When you got back up to Heber, what did you do?
Oh, went to my house in Heber.
Did you still have the pills with you?
Yes.
What ultimately did you do with the pills?
Well, it was Nancy that drove me, so I had taken her to my house. Wait, hold on, I'm getting confused. Hold on a sec. This is a lot. Hold on. Sorry, you can repeat the question.
So, sure, the second buy from Robert Crozier, you went back up Provo Canyon to your house in Heber. Nancy Peterson was driving, right?
Yeah.
And you had the pills with you when you arrived back at your home in Heber. And the question is, what did you do with the pills?
I had them with me.
Did you hold on to them?
Yes, I did.
For how long?
Well, I had given Nancy a couple for taking me, because that was her drug of choice at the time.
What did you do with them?
I reached out to Corey and asked her what she wanted me to do with them, because I didn't like having them on me.
What did she respond?
That she would come pick them up.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
Where did she pick them up?
She picked them up in my house, in my driveway in Heber.
Do you remember when Eric Richards died?
Early March.
Before Eric died, how many times did you buy drugs from Robert Crozier?
Twice.
Any more than twice before Eric died?
No,
those
just
two
the
times.
twice.
Before Eric died, have you ever been, other than those 2 times, to the Maverick and Drake?
No.
You just said Eric died in early March, right?
Yes.
Do you recall when you learned that Eric died?
One of Doreen's employees that had told me that Eric had passed away.
And do you recall how soon after Eric's death she told you that?
It was a day or two after.
Did you ever speak with Corey Richards about Eric's death?
Yes, I did.
When?
A couple of days after.
Where were you when you spoke with Corey Richards the first time about Eric's death?
I was with my friend Nick, and we were on our way to do a UA for drug court.
Is Nick Bonsavage?
Yes, it is.
And the UA again is a urinalysis.
Yes, it is.
So you and Nick were together. Were you on a way? Were you driving to the UA?
Yes.
When you had that conversation with Corey Richards about Eric's death, were you on speakerphone?
Yes.
Could Nick hear the conversation?
Yes.
Did you ask Corey Richards about Eric's death?
Yes, I did.
What did you ask her?
I said, please tell me these pills were not for him.
Did she respond?
She did.
How did she respond?
She said, no, they were not. Eric passed away from a brain aneurysm.
Did there come a time after that conversation where you asked whether Eric died from those pills? Or you asked Corey Richards whether Eric died from those pills? Did there come a time after that conversation when Corey Richards again asked you to purchase drugs from her?
Yes.
How did she ask?
She asked me if I still had the hookup or my friend.
Ms. Lauber, do you recognize that as a text exchange between you and Corey Richards?
Yes, I do.
Is this an accurate text exchange?
Yes, it is.
And did it occur on March the 7th and into the 7th, 2022?
Yes, it is.
Does it accurately show the type of message and whether it's an incoming message or an outgoing message?
Yes, it does.
Does it accurately show the sending party, the from party and the receiving party, the to party?
Yes.
Your Honor, the state moves 2-44 into evidence.
Objection, Your Honor. Celebrate extraction has not been admitted into evidence, and she cannot identify a celebrate extraction where it came from.
Please. Carmen, I need you to do me a favor. I need you to go wait in the lobby. Just for a moment, I need to have a conversation about some legal issues. I need to make sure that that conversation does not pollute or affect your memory in any way. Mr. Moffitt, you can't counsel her regarding her testimony during the break. Understood, sir. Thank you. Mr. Bloodworth, if you would please, however the form of it you wanted to admit, published to the jury and admitted as an exhibit, would you put that form on the screen so we're all talking about the same thing at the same time?
Your Honor, it is there now.
So it's the zoom in that we're currently looking at, rows 1 through 5.
We can back it out so you can see the whole form.
Is this the page? Is it one page?
It's 2 pages.
So it did say celebrate. I thought it did.
Please pause.
I'm sorry.
State's Exhibit 2-44 is a 2-page exhibit that says Cellbrite Extraction Report at the top, correct?
Correct.
And you'd like to admit this 2-page extraction report through this witness, not just the content of the text messages and the metadata regarding from whatever.
Your Honor, the state wants to admit the content. I can see the 244 at the top is labeled with Celebrite's branding. If we were to, for example, redact the labeling, that's fine. But the content...
The distinction, I apologize for interrupting you, so I can just provide a little more context for my question. The distinction I'm drawing is the previous photographs. We admitted just the photographs,
Yes.
not the report from which the photographs were derived.
Correct.
Here, it seems we're doing something, the state is proposing to do something different. That is, admit the report, not just the content. That is the photographs in my analogy.
That is correct, but the state proceeded to just admit the thumbnails as photographs simply to keep things moving along, not because the state thinks that the report is inadmissible. The state just didn't want to bog down in this discussion.
May we do the same now, understanding that the state's ultimately, as I understand your position at sidebar, are going to be, we have another witness that's going to get this report and many others in.
Yes, Your Honor. That is why I think the way we can do that is to just redact the heading. And that leaves us with nothing but content without identifying the source of the content. But Ms. Lauber has already authenticated the content itself.
Ms. Lewis, if you'd put your position on the record.
On the record, Your Honor, this is a Cellbrite report that has not been admitted. We don't have testimony as to how it was extracted. We don't have testimony as to what it is, and it's not authenticated. That can come in through a later witness. I agree. That witness probably should have been called first, but was not. You're right that now we're doing something different than we did on the prior report. And I don't think just extracting Cellbrite, the word Cellbrite, solves the problem. You ruled from the bench just a minute ago that this could be used as an impeachment document.
I did not. I said specifically you cannot use it if it's not admissible because there's no foundation for it.
Well, then we discussed it further, and you said go ahead and show it to her and ask her if she remembers it, and then the text.
That was not in the context of impeachment. That was in the context of the Mr. Bloodworth and his direct using it to refresh a recollection of a witness who may not specifically recall the content.
I misspoke. That's what I meant. To use it to refresh her recollection. And you ruled that that would be appropriate. Well, then Mr. Bloodworth attempted to change your ruling, which happens a lot, which is what
Don't do
gets
that.
me.
Please stay
well, that's
focused.
what gets me frustrated.
Please stay focused.
I think your ruling was appropriate, that it can be used to refresh your recollection. We discussed this, you ruled, and I think your ruling should stand.
You understand that this will limit your use of this document in impeachment?
That's fine.
Okay. Blair, with any further record?
Yes, Your Honor. To use the photograph analogy, it doesn't matter who took the photograph. If somebody was there to observe the content of the photograph, they can authenticate it. That is what we have here. Carmen Lauber was a participant in this text message exchange. She can authenticate it. And that is the only substance in this report. She has authenticated 100% of the substance of this report.
Are you comfortable presenting it to her as, this is a document? Does this document match your recollection of text messages you had with this person on this day?
Your Honor, not only am I comfortable with it, that is precisely what I did when I had her authenticated. How it was extracted doesn't matter. That is when you don't have a witness who was present to authenticate it.
I understand. I hear you saying if you had a screen grab of text bubbles from a phone and her testimony was the same, like, I remember this,
Yes.
I remember this exchange on this day at this time, you would seek to admit the bubble as a document that she laid foundation for.
Correct. Regardless of who took the screenshot of the bubbles. Right here, Celebrate took the screenshot of the bubbles. Doesn't matter.
I understand the state's position. Ms. Lewis, anything further?
No, Your Honor.
So the defense has a thought-provoking argument that including all the stuff in the header gives this document some imprimatur of technical proficiency or additional weight regarding which this witness has not laid foundation. So State's Exhibit 2-44, just the table, not anything from that blue line in the header or above, Scott, may come in through this witness. Mr. Bloodworth, any further record regarding the court's ruling?
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Lewis, we didn't, 3-7 by itself didn't come in. It was D1, D2, D3 only. But those photographs I don't think had.
Nothing further.
Did they? No. Yeah. Okay. So we have, I'm really just talking to Scott at the moment. It's going to stay this way, right?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Can you, the state, at some point before tomorrow morning, print this version of 2-44, understanding this may be mooted through Mr. Katradimos at some point, but.
Let's do that, Your Honor. Let's label this 2-44 Romeo R to denote it as a redacted version of 244.
Got it. Want to take a restroom break now, and then we'll just go directly from direct into cross. Ms. Lewis, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, listen, nobody can talk to Ms. Lauber out in the lobby. Please, no appearances of contact with Ms. Lauber. Let's take a break until 2:10. Thank you. All right, Ms. Lauber, I'll give you the early warning. Just get close to the microphone. I appreciate it. Thank
It just
you.
feels like it's so
I know.
in my face.
You'll get used to it. Mr. Bloodworth. Oh, Ms. Lauber, you are still under oath. I understand that.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Bloodworth, please proceed.
Ms. Lauber, you just testified that you had recognized a text exchange between you and Corey Richards beginning on the 6th of March, continuing on to the 7th of March. Is this that text message exchange?
Yes, it is.
Now, Ms. Lauber, you had testified that Corey Richards had asked you if you still had your hookup. Is that right?
Yes.
And is that the text message where Ms. Richards asked you if you still had your hookup?
Yes, it is.
And when you received that text message from Corey Richards, what did you do?
I messaged back to her, text back.
And did you ultimately arrange to buy illicit drugs from Mr. Crozier the third time?
Yes.
After that, do you still have your hookup text exchange? Did you speak with Corey Richards?
Yes, I did.
What was that conversation about?
That I could reach out to Robbie again.
And how did Corey Richards respond?
Same routine.
Same routine. Did Corey Richards give you money to buy drugs that last time from Mr. Crozier, right? I'm talking about the third drug buy from Mr. Crozier now, after Eric's dead.
Oh, no. She told me that the investor would leave money under her doormat at her house.
The investor would leave money under the doormat of her house for you to buy drugs.
Yes, in Camas.
So, did you go to her house and pick up that money?
Yes, I was with Nick. Nick drove me.
Is this the same Nick Bonsavage
Yes.
that was in the car when you asked her whether the
Yes.
pills caused Eric's death?
Yes.
So Nick drove you from where?
Nick picked me up in my house in Heber, and then we headed to the backside of Jordanelle to the house in Camas.
Corey Richards' house in Canada.
Yes, Corey and Eric's house in Camas.
Did you check under the mat at the front door for the money?
Yes, I went to the door, looked at the mat, there was nothing there. So I kind of looked at Nick and kind of shrugged my shoulders and ran around to the back door to see if there was anything under the mat there. There was nothing there, so I ran back to the front. And I kind of threw my hands in the air to Nick, what do I do? And I went up and rang the doorbell. It took Corey a minute to get to the door. She answered it. She told me to come inside. I told her the money wasn't there. I gave her a hug and asked how she was doing. And then I told her the money wasn't there. And then she asked if she could write me a check. So then she went over near the kitchen counter and grabbed kind of a book about so big and wrote me a check.
Did she hand you the check?
Yes.
Miss Lauber, do you recognize those 3 pages?
Yes, I do.
Miss Lauber, is that the check that Corey Richards wrote you that morning?
Yes, it is.
In the memo section, do you see where it says construction, clean, midway?
Yes, I do.
Did Corey Richards owe you any money for any cleaning?
No, she did not.
Did she owe you any money for any construction cleaning?
No, she did not.
Did she owe you any money related to Midway?
No, she did not.
Did she owe you any money that would make construction clean Midway memo make sense?
No, I never cleaned a house ever in my life for $1,300.
Is that the back of the check?
Yes, it is.
Do you recognize that as a deposit slip where you deposited a portion of that check and took out cash for the other?
Yes, I do.
Please explain how this came about.
I had to go to the bank and cash the check. I was in the negative, so they had me deposit some to clear up my negative balance. And then they gave me the remaining balance of $1,000
When did you go to the bank in relation to picking up the check?
the day of.
So you picked up the check,
That morning,
you
yes.
go straight to the bank,
Yes, I did.
and who drove you there?
Nick.
Do you see where the date says March 9th, 2022?
Yes, I do.
Is that the date that you picked up the check, went straight to the bank and deposited it?
Yes.
Deposited 300 of it and took out 1,000 in cash? Does that
Yes,
sound
I
right?
did. Yes.
Thanks, Scott. Once you deposited a portion of the check at the bank, cashed the remainder, what did you do next?
Nick and I drove down Provo Canyon, touching bases with Robbie. He said it was taking longer than he thought, so Nick and I went out to a couple of thrift stores
Where did you go to thrift store?
in Orem County.
And you said you were texting with Robbie Crozier as you were driving again down through Provo Canyon and as you were in Orem
Same
County?
routine.
Same routine.
Yes.
Were you also texting with Corey Richards?
Yes, I was.
Did, like before, you meet up with Robert Crozier at that same Maverick and Draper?
Same Maverick up 126, yes.
What happened when you met up with him?
Same routine, but a little bit different. We waited there for a minute. He left for 20 minutes, came back, and said he couldn't get his friend to answer the door if we wanted to follow him. So we followed him down the road to a couple of townhouses or duplexes. I didn't go to the door with him. We parked down the street, but we could see what complex he walked into. And then we waited there about 20 minutes to a half hour. And I kept texting him like, hey, this is taking too long. It's too late. I don't like sitting out here. Just wrap it up. Let's go. And then he texts back. He's like, no, I got my friend. He was asleep. I finally woke him up.
Had you already given Robert Crozier money before he went into the townhouse?
Yes.
How much?
The 1,000. Well, no, it was only 900 because Nick got 3. I put 3 in my check and my bank account, and Nick got 3, and then he got the remaining balance.
That math does not add up.
Sorry, hold on. Yeah, I put 3 in my account. Nick got 3, so Robbie got the remaining balance.
You got the rest.
Yes.
Can we call that 700?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry, I had to count on my fingers. I'm like, yes.
When Robert Crozier came back out of the townhouse, did he have anything with him?
Yes, he did.
What did he have with him?
A clear little baggie with 15 to 20 pills in it.
Same kind of clear little baggie as before?
Yes.
Were the pills round,
Yes.
just like before?
Yes.
What was the color?
A little darker blue.
What did you do once you received the pills from Robert Crozier?
Left.
Where did you go?
Back up Provo Canyon with Nick. It was late. So Nick had dropped me off. Nick went home. I went into my house. Text Corey. Told her I have him. What does she want me to do with him? And then same routine back to the Midway house.
Did you text with Corey Richards back up through the Provo Canyon
Yes.
towards Heber?
Yes.
And then you ultimately left those pills at the Midway house?
Yes. In the closet. You walk in the kitchen and there was a door put on top of the closet.
Is that the same closet where you previously gotten money from?
Yes.
After that, did you ever have any additional drug deals with Robert Crozier?
No, I did not.
Have you ever been back to that Maverick in Draper?
No, I have not.
So am I right that the only 3 times you dealt drugs with Crozier were the 3 that you just testified?
Yes.
And the only 3 times you've been at that Draper Maverick were the 3 times to which you just testified.
Yes.
Did Mr. Crozier continue to hit you up for more drug deals?
Later on, he did. He said that his buddy had some more, and if my friend needed any more.
When he told you that, what did you do?
I reached out to Corey and told her, hey, my friend said that his buddy has more if your friend needed anything.
How did Corey Richards respond?
She said no, her investor had left town.
Thank you, ma'am. I do not have any further questions for you at the moment, but I'm sure defense counsel will, okay?
Okay.
Good afternoon, Ms. Lauber.
Good afternoon.
My name is Wendy Lewis. I am one of Ms. Richardson's attorneys. I'm going to hand you some binders. We're going to go old school here.
Oh my gosh.
These are,
You can put it over here.
I'm going to ask you to refer
I
to
just don't
these
want
as
it
we
to-
talk. These are the transcripts of the interviews that you did in April and May of 2023. All right, and just to help you out here, take a look. Here's the first 2 interviews. And we're tabbed here, interview 1 with the date, interview 2. All right. This is interview, we've got the dates, March 3rd and 4th. This is separate. This is the interview from March 10th. You want to just set that aside so we get to that? And then your last 2 interviews, 13th and 14th, are right here. So we're going to be referring to that.
Well, that's a lot.
All right. So according to your testimony that you just gave, when you were arrested in April of 2023, between April of 23 and May of 23, you had 7 interviews with, it was Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard, and then there were some other people too, but those were the 2 main ones, correct?
Yes.
All right. Since the last interview that we have a transcript of, May 13th, 2023, how many times you met with Detective O'Driscoll?
While I was incarcerated?
No, after you got out.
After? There was a couple of times. I'm not sure on the numbers. It was a while back.
In what circumstances did you meet with him?
They would check on my ankle monitor when I was on my ankle monitor. Sometimes it wasn't charging. Sometimes they'd swing by and ask me a couple questions.
Questions about the case?
Just about my part.
So about the things you're testifying about?
Yes.
All right. And you say they. Was that Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard together?
Yes.
Did you always meet with them together, or did you sometimes meet with them separately?
No, they were always together.
Always together. They came to your house a couple. What, does a couple mean 2, or does a couple mean 5? Does a couple mean, what does that mean to you?
We can go out on them and say maybe 3 or 4 times.
3 to 4 times. And they would talk to you about your testimony during those visits sometimes?
Not with my testimony. They'd ask, if the question came up, where was you at this time? Stuff like that. No,
Okay. Do you know if they recorded any of those conversations with you?
I do believe so. I'm not 100% sure.
Do you think they were recorded?
I'm not 100% sure.
All right. Did they call you on the telephone after you were released?
No, I kept in touch with them with ankle monitor.
So you called them on the telephone?
No.
Oh,
I was just being tracked by ankle monitor with them.
All right. Did they drive you places?
They did when I was in jail. They drove
Right.
me sometimes up to this courthouse.
And after you were out, did they drive you to Wasatch County Courthouse?
They did a couple of times when reporters were there.
All right. When you were in the car, did they have conversations with you?
No.
All right. What other people from Summit County Sheriff's Office, if any, besides Detective Maynard and Detective O'Driscoll, did you talk to?
Were there detectives?
Yes. Were there any others?
No.
All right. Have you met with the prosecutors in this case, either Mr. Bloodworth or anyone else?
Yes, I have.
How many times?
There was the initial meeting when this case first came up here with Bloodworth, and then a couple times over the last couple weeks.
So when you met with them over the last couple of weeks, was that to go over your testimony?
Yes.
Did they practice your testimony with you in those meetings?
They kind of prepared me for what kind of, I don't know what the word I'm thinking of. They kind of prepared me a little bit of it.
Did they review your answers with you?
Yes.
All right. So they reviewed with you when the drug buys happened, correct?
They would ask me the questions and I would answer.
Did they correct you if they thought your answer was wrong?
Not really, no.
All right. Did they practice cross-examination with you?
Yes.
We call it a mock cross. Someone pretended to cross-examine you. Is that fair?
Yeah, they just brought up how you were going to bring up my past, how I was going to feel.
That's all?
Yes.
All right. Did they tell you how to answer the questions that I might be asking you?
No.
They can give you any advice on how to answer the questions.
No.
Did they help you put the pieces together so you would remember what to testify to?
Actually, I'm the one that's asked if I needed to know Robbie. I put in my phone. Obviously, it says Corey Doreen's niece, Robbie Nicole's friend, just stuff like that.
I don't know if I understood your answer to my question. So my question was, did they help put the pieces together for you for your testimony? And what was your answer?
I said I'm the one that asked for pictures and stuff like that.
So you asked them to help put the pieces together for you.
I don't know if it was actually helping me put the pieces together. Can refresh my memory a little bit. It happened a long time ago.
That's true. This happened almost 4 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And your original interviews with detectives was almost 3 years ago.
Yes.
All right, we're going to get back to that. Who else have you spoken to about your testimony in this case?
Nobody.
Well, now,
When I was in jail, when I was incarcerated,
okay. And Jill, who did you speak to about that you were going to be cooperating?
there was O'Driscoll, Maynard, and I can't remember the lady that came from the feds, but I didn't really talk to her.
That would be Miss Whistler.
I cannot remember.
Oh, we'll get back to that too. Well, you talked to Nick Bond Savage that you were cooperating in this case during the time you were in jail.
He's one of my best friends.
So you told your best friend that you were cooperating.
Yes.
And you told your best friend, man, I don't even remember what happened. You got to help me out here, right?
Just in the part where, in the car, yes.
Because Nick was with you one of the times you met Robbie Crozier.
Yes.
And you had Nick help you remember that because you did not remember that specifically. You did not remember the dates, right?
I don't remember the dates exactly, no.
Today you remember the dates
Well, yeah.
because they were told to you.
But no, the more you think about it, the more it pops up.
All right. So the dates you couldn't remember 3 years ago, you thought you remember them now.
Yes.
All right, we'll get back to that. Ms. Crozier, do you have mental health diagnoses?
Do I what?
Any mental health diagnoses?
No.
You're not diagnosed with any mental health problems?
No.
You're sure?
Yes.
What about anxiety?
Yeah.
Do you take medication for that?
Not so much anymore, no.
Are you on any medications today?
No.
All right, let's talk about drug court. So in 2021, you were given the opportunity to participate in the Wasatch County Drug Court.
Yes.
All right. And that is an opportunity, right?
Absolutely.
And when you were allowed to go to drug court, you had been arrested for a number of felonies.
Yes.
You were arrested for how many first-degree felonies?
I'm not sure.
All right, well, then give me a moment to find it. Here we go. 2 first-degree felonies, possession with intent to distribute a controlled substance. Is that right?
Yes.
A third-degree felony, possession or use of a controlled substance.
Yes.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then a number of misdemeanors that all dealt with possession of controlled substances, paraphernalia, or driving under the influence.
Yes. Is that 2019?
Yes.
Yes, that was me and my exes, yes.
All right. And that was the case that you were allowed to go to drug court on.
Yes.
All right. So you talked about this a little bit. I just want to make sure everybody understands. And when you go to drug court, typically what you do is you get a plea in abeyance, right?
Yes.
So that means you plead guilty to all or some of the count that you're charged with, correct?
Yes.
And then the court holds that plea. They don't put it on your record yet.
Correct.
And then if you successfully complete drug court, those will be dismissed, correct?
Yes.
All right. And right now, you haven't successfully finished drug court yet, true?
Yes, it's on pause.
But it sounds like you're doing really well.
Yes.
And you're clean.
Yes.
And congratulations, by the way.
Thank you.
I know you had a very difficult time for a very long time.
Yes.
And drug court's really hard, right?
It is, yes. They
Drug
expect
court.
a lot in the beginning.
I was an attorney in drug court, so I have some familiarity, but you're expected to do a lot.
A lot, yeah.
You're expected to go to treatment, true?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I thought you were going to continue.
All right, I'll try to do better. You're expected, you get very regular UAs to make sure that you're clean.
Every day you call in, yes.
And then, so it's random. You call in every day. And
yes, it's a random color number depending what phase you were in.
All right. And how many phases are there?
5.
At Wasatch Drug Court? 5.
Yes.
All right. And so treatment, drug testing, do you have to work?
Yes.
You have to be employed. You have to show up every week at first.
Yes, for your groups. So you had not only did you have one-on-one therapy, you also had attended groups Monday through Friday, depending what phase you were in as well. So you had 5 groups. You had therapy twice, 2 or 3 times a week with your one-on-one, depending what phase you were in.
All right. And you started your drug court program in 2021.
9 of 2021, I believe.
You think it was September?
I do believe.
Well, let's take a look.
Or maybe that was my initial evaluation.
I think you might be right. It looks like September of 2021. Now, is it fair to say that between September of 2021 and when you were arrested, which we're going to talk about, you talked a little bit with Mr. Bloodworth in April
of 2026 or 27th for that?
Not quite.
I mean the date.
April 2023.
Yeah, 23.
You were arrested. You're right. I think it was April 26th or 7th.
That's what it was.
You were struggling in drug court, fair to say?
In the beginning, yes.
Well, that whole time, until you were from September of 21 until your arrest in April of 23, you were struggling.
Not the whole time, no.
All right, let's take a look at that. So each time you go to drug court, there's a little note entered in what we call the docket of the case, right? Mm-hmm. About what happened in court that day.
Yes, it's the drug court team members' notes.
Understood.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So we started drug court September 15th. September 22nd, you missed your group therapy and your individual therapy. That's what came up at drug court. You were missing treatment.
Yes.
Which is, in drug court, that's a problem, right? You're supposed to go to all your treatments.
Pause for a moment, Ms. Lewis.
Can you see that there?
Yes.
And you had to pay a $40 fee, or you had to pay for your missed treatment.
Yes, that's still in the beginning of when I entered drug court, yes.
Correct. So that'd be a sanction that you had to pay for that.
No. If you missed it, they considered that a waste of the therapist's time when somebody else could have took that spot.
All right, well, that's fair.
It was not a sanction, no.
So the next month, October 20th of 2021, a little lower on that page, you failed to appear at drug court.
I don't recall that one, but yes.
Is that what it says on the docket?
Yes.
And they issued a warrant.
Yes.
The next week, October 27th, you tested positive for benzos. Well, I'm going to rephrase that. You actually tested positive on October 10th, October 6th, October 8th, but it was at the 27th drug court hearing that those problems were addressed. That would be a more accurate statement of what happened, right?
Yes, once again, still in the beginning of drug court.
That's right. And benzos would be drugs, I don't know. Well, you tell me, do you know what benzos you were taking?
That was my Valium, I believe.
Valium. All right. And you were sanctioned, it says.
Yes.
All right. Now, you continued through November to miss therapy. True? Look at November 3rd. It's okay. Take your time. Do you see it?
I don't know. You guys are moving them all over, so.
Would you ask the question again, Ms. Lewis?
I understand the question, but you're moving the paper back and forth, or whoever it is.
Can you see the note from November 3rd, drug court?
I see 11/10 of 21. There you go.
Your Honor, I don't know if it'd be all right, but this might be faster if I could point it out to her. Would it be all right if I stood closer to the witness?
Of course.
Thank you. All right. Let's see.
Ms. Lauber, just remember, when you answer the question, there you go.
Yep.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right. November 3rd, drug court. You missed therapy and received, oh, you didn't get a sanction yet. They waited.
Yes.
All right. And then November 17th, you came in and you missed the drug test, correct?
Okay, yeah.
So tell me, now in drug court, a missed test considered the same as a positive test, right?
Yes. But some of those due to working with Doreen coming off the mountain or running behind.
Sure, that happens. But as a participant in drug court, you are expected to make all your drug tests.
Yes, unless you call ahead and say, I'm running behind from work, can I do it the next day?
And they sometimes allow that, but it wouldn't show as a missed drug test if you had got permission.
It'll still come up as a missed test because
When
you
it-
didn't go the day of.
It would, well, you got a sanction, so
Yes.
it was a missed test.
Yeah, so therefore, I went the next day, but still received a sanction for it.
It doesn't say that, but all right. You continued missing tests in 21 through February. You continued missing your drug tests right here, missed tests and treatment, missed tests. You were sanctioned, correct?
Yes.
You got a negative drug test, it looks like in
What's the year on that?
there, you got a negative drug test.
No, what's the year on these ones?
2020. Oh, now we're moving into January of 22.
So what were the years on these ones?
I misspoke. I said February, it was December of 21.
Yes.
All right.
Still, once again, the beginning of drug court.
Well, now it's January of 22. So you're missing drug tests. Then on January 28th, drug court, they said you had tested positive for methamphetamine.
Yes.
And you said, no, retest it. That's not true. I didn't use.
Yeah.
But then the next week you came back and you said, well, actually I did use. You don't need to retest it. I relapsed. Which happens.
Well, yes, working with active users, once again,
Yeah.
with the Klein company, they were all still active users.
Well, but it was your choice to use.
Absolutely, but if you keep getting offered and offered as a drug addict, yes, obviously you're going to relapse. You're going to
All right.
fold.
And you lied about it.
Yes.
All right.
That's what addicts do when you're using.
That's true. Addicts lie. All right.
Active addicts.
Now we're getting into the time period at issue here. January, February, March of 2022. February 9th, you missed your group, your treatment, so you were sanctioned then, right?
Yes.
February 11th, you tested positive for amphetamines.
Okay, yeah.
And again, you denied it.
Of course.
That's the same day you said you were out buying drugs from Susan Kohler, right? February 11th, 2022.
I was with Susan that day, yes.
So you're using.
Yes. Once again, you're going to relapse when you're around active people.
I
yes.
understand. As we move into March of 22, you tested positive for methamphetamine February 11th, March 1st, and March 3rd, and March 16th, correct?
I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, I was there. It's from drug court notes, yes.
If it's in here, it's accurate.
Yes.
This whole period of time that you just testified, that you say you remember all these texts and you remember all this information from March of 2022, you were high that whole time, February, March 22.
Not the whole time, no.
You were using very regularly.
I guess, well, yes.
So this continues. The missing drug tests, the positive tests. Sometimes you do well, other times you're doing poorly. Continues all the way up until your arrest of April of 2023.
Sorry, what was the question again?
We were talking about that you were using all through February and March of 22. And now I'm saying from February and March of 22 until your arrest of April of 23, you numerous times either missed drug tests, missed treatment, were sanctioned, tested positive. You had a lot of missteps between the beginning of drug court in 2021 until your arrest in April of 2023, correct?
Yes.
All right. In fact, you were held back on phases.
Yes.
You were asked to restart phases.
Yes.
But you started doing a little better right before your arrest in April of 23. You were finally moved to phase 5. True?
Yes.
All right. And then you're arrested.
Yes.
You were arrested for possession of marijuana, correct?
Actually, no, I was arrested for driving on a revoked, suspended license.
Okay, that's fair. You were originally pulled over and arrested for driving on a suspended license. And then there was an order to show cause issued in drug court.
Yes.
Right? Now, an order to show cause is a little bit different than an official charge, right?
Yes.
So an order to show cause is when you're in drug court or on probation and you're accused of committing a crime. They say, all right, these are the things you're accused of doing, and you need to come into drug court and explain what happened, and then we will make a decision as to whether you're going to remain in drug court, if you're going to be charged with these crimes officially, if you're going to get kicked out of drug court because you've got new charges. That's what an order to show cause is, right?
Yes, correct.
So you got an order to show cause, and it was for, I think that's in front of the screen. Does that look like what an order to show cause looks like?
Yes, it is. Yes.
And you recognize that as the order to show cause that was issued April 26th, the day of your arrest, 2023.
Yes.
If you were to go into drug court and the drug court found that you had in fact committed new crimes and violated drug court, then you could go back. Your plea in abeyance would no longer be in effect, and a plea of guilty would enter.
Your
Correct?
plea in abeyance would be revoked.
Revoked. So you would be guilty of those crimes, and you would go back to your sentencing judge and be sentenced on your original 2 first-degree felonies and 1 third-degree felony.
Yes.
And in addition to that, you could be charged with the marijuana that was found in your house the day of your arrest, correct?
I wasn't aware of marijuana, but I guess if you have the paperwork.
We'll talk about that. I think you've just forgotten. And there was a firearm found in your home.
Yes. That was my roommate's son's, yes.
And, well, possessing a firearm, whether it's yours or not,
Yes.
is a crime if you're a felon.
Yes.
A serious crime.
Yes.
Potentially a federal crime.
Yes.
So you're arrested on April 26th. You don't know yet about the firearm. You said you've forgotten about the marijuana, but you don't know about the firearm. You just know you were brought in on driving on a revoked license.
Yes.
The next day, Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard show up to talk to you. April 27th, 2023.
I guess it was the next day.
All right. And at that time, you didn't know why they were there.
No, I had no idea.
But they told you, hey, we searched your place and we found a gun under your bed, correct?
Yes.
And they tell you your drug court is in jeopardy. You could be violated.
Yes.
And if you're violated and you go back and be sentenced on your 2 first-degree felonies and your 3rd-degree felony, you are looking at 2 5-to-life prison sentences and 1 0-to-5 prison sentence potentially.
Yes.
And the court could choose to run those consecutive, which means you do 1 5-to-life, then you do a second 5-to-life, and then you do your 0-to-5. That's a possibility.
Yes.
So you were potentially looking at a long sentence if you were violated in drug court.
Yes.
In that very first meeting, Detective O'Driscoll and Detective Maynard say, hey, we're not here to jam you up, though. We want to talk to you.
I don't recall the exact words, but yes, they were there to talk to me.
And if those weren't the exact words, it was, we don't want you to get in more trouble. We want to talk to you. Words to that effect?
Yes.
All right. And that's when they tell you that they think Corey Richens poisoned her husband, Eric Richens, and they think that she killed him.
I don't think that was their exact words.
All right. Well, I'm not necessarily using their exact words, but they give you that information.
Yes.
All right. And that he died of a fentanyl overdose.
Yes, they did inform me that he died of an overdose.
And that was the first time you'd heard that, true?
From the officer, yes.
Well, from anyone, that he died of an overdose.
No. One of Doreen's workers were driving down the road. It was Nancy. She had yelled out the window. She's like, Eric died of an overdose. And that's when I had made the phone call to Corey asking if, please tell me those weren't for him.
You never told the officers that story, did you?
Not till later, I don't think.
Well, not in these 7 interviews, correct?
Correct.
All right. In fact, what you tell them is you don't use fentanyl, correct?
Yes.
And you tell them meth, heroin, maybe a few oxys here and there, but I literally never dealt with fentanyl.
Correct.
That's true, wasn't it?
Yes, correct.
One reason you didn't deal in fentanyl is you had a daughter who had some problems with fentanyl.
I had a couple of daughters.
You have a daughter, I'm sorry. It's not past tense. You still have your daughter.
She is doing great.
Yes, happy to hear that. She had a problem with fentanyl.
She had a problem with heroin, and it turned into fentanyl, yes.
Did you tell them she overdosed? I know she survived, but she overdosed, right?
My daughter has overdosed a couple of times.
All right. So fentanyl scared you.
Absolutely.
All right. But they tell you, hey, it's okay. You're not going to get any new charges until we push the button, correct?
Objection, Your Honor. Foundation on push the button.
Is sustained. I don't know what that means, Ms. Lewis.
Well, why don't you let's look at the April 27th interview that we pulled up there in the book. Why don't you start reading here? to yourself. Remember that now?
Yeah.
So they tell you in that interview, these new charges, none of them are going to go through until we push the button to make them go through. That's what they tell you.
Yes.
And they say, and we have Wasatch County prosecutor on board, and they're going to charge you, but we're going to help you out.
Yes.
All right. And you know, because drug court has not been going the most smooth, if you get kicked out of drug court, you're looking at potentially a lot of time.
Yes.
And you do not want that to happen.
No.
In fact, you tell them you want to get out of Utah, right?
Yes.
You want to go to Vegas
Yes.
because you have a fiance in Vegas.
Yes.
And in fact, because of your cooperation in this case, you've been allowed to do that, haven't you?
I was allowed to go visit him when I was in drug court as well.
After you started cooperating in this case, not before.
No, not true. I would have, Judge maybe would grant me time to go see him, but I had to let her know when and what time and the address and everything.
All right, so you're saying we're going to find on the docket that she let you go to Vegas before you started cooperating in this case? You're sure?
I do believe so.
Well, we'll get back to that. Katie, can you check into that, please? All right. So they say, but we think you can, something to the effect, now I'm not saying word for word, but something to the effect, we think you can help us out. We want you to help us out. They tell you that in general, right? On April 27th.
Yes.
And they said, we're going to give you some time to think about this and we'll be back.
Actually, I asked for the time to think about and process everything. I told him it's a
Why don't
lot
you
to
take a
process. Open it back up.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So they're telling you, you could be in trouble in drug court and you say, that's going to fucking kill me.
Right.
Say, all right, we're going to give you some time to think about this. We'll come back. Right?
Yes.
Okay. So they just leave you sitting there 4, 5 days.
Yes.
And you don't know what's going on, but you could be looking at a lot of prison time.
I just know this whole thing was a lot to process while you're incarcerated.
That's fair. But it's also true that you could be looking at a lot of prison time and you're very worried about it.
Altogether, yes.
Well, you call Nick Von Savage and you tell him you're very worried about it, right?
Yes. I know I talked to Nick quite a bit.
And your daughter.
Yes.
Kelsey, is that right?
My daughter, yes.
So they come back on May 2nd and they bring, it's Detective O'Driscoll, Detective Maynard, and they bring a DEA agent with them this time, right?
There was another officer there, yes.
And you recall that he was with the Drug Enforcement Administration?
I'm pretty sure, yes.
So a federal agent.
Yes.
So this time they tell you, by the way, Carmen, you're not just possibly looking at 2 5 to lives and a 0 to 5 in state prison. You could be looking at federal prison, right?
Yes.
Because if you provided a drug to someone and someone died from that drug, that's a 20-year minimum mandatory in federal prison.
Objection, Your Honor. Misstates the law.
It does not misstate the law.
Folks, you're going to have to lay some foundation one way or the other, Ms. Lewis.
Right.
If you can rephrase about what her understanding was, I think we can get past this.
They told you that there is a federal charge you could be looking at.
Yes.
Distribution resulting in a death.
Yes.
And that federal charge carries a minimum mandatory of 20 years in federal prison. They told you that day.
Yes.
All right. They also tell you, don't worry, we're going to help you out, right?
Yes.
All right. So you tell them for the first time, which you also said here today, that, okay, yes, Corey Richens contacted me. She said, I have an investor with back pain, and could you get me some pills?
Yes.
And you told them you thought that would maybe, you didn't know for sure what she wanted. She just asked for some pills to help with back pain.
Yes.
And you thought maybe she meant muscle relaxants, maybe she meant some pain pills, you didn't know.
Right.
All right. Wasn't fentanyl. She didn't ask for fentanyl.
Not at the time, no.
But you couldn't remember when that happened.
I can remember the exact dates, no.
Well, you told them all you remembered was there was a little bit of snow on the ground.
Yes.
And they're trying to help you pin down a date, but you say, you told them multiple times, I really don't know. There was snow on the ground.
Really wasn't absolutely correct on the dates, no.
But you did tell them that, yes, I reached out to Susan Kohler, my friend and coworker, and asked her for some pain pills.
Yes.
Not fentanyl.
No.
Because Corey didn't ask for fentanyl, correct?
Not at the time, no.
We'll get to that. Were you aware that Susan had a friend who was selling some prescription oxycodone, excuse me?
Yes.
So you knew that Susan could get you some prescription pain pills.
Yes.
All right. So you went to Susan and asked her to do that for you.
Yes.
All right. But during that interview, you told the officers numerous times, I have been using drugs since I was 6th grade.
Yes.
My brain is not that good.
Correct.
I don't remember things.
Yes.
You have a learning disability also, correct?
Yes.
Can you share what that is?
No. No.
I would ask you to share what it is. That was a question, not a request. Sorry. I apologize, but it could be relevant.
Ms. Lewis, Ms. Lauber, if you would please answer the question.
Yes, I do have one.
And what
is it?
It's not the highest education it's a low grade education.
is that? Because you struggled in school because of your learning disability?
Yes.
All right. It's nothing to be embarrassed about. A lot of people have that.
Right.
All right. So you go to Susan, and did you ask her for Roxy's, or did she tell you she could get Roxy's?
That's what she told me she could get.
Roxy's. And what are Roxy's?
The hydrocodone pill.
Are they? And I'm asking, are you okay?
I'm fine.
You've got some water there?
Ms. Lewis, would you pause for one moment? I apologize for interrupting. Carmen, when you dab your eyes, which you're allowed to do, you also cover your mouth.
Sorry.
Which blocks the sound. If you would just answer the last question again, and if you need Ms. Lewis to restate
what was
it,
the question again?
I'm not sure. So you said that Susan brought up the word Roxy's, not you?
She told me that's what she could get from her friend.
And what are Roxy's?
It is a pain pill.
Is it oxy? I'm sorry, say that again.
It is a pain pill. It's an opiate.
It's not opiate. Is it oxycodone?
Yes.
What are Roxy 30s? Do you need a break?
Just for a sec.
Your Honor, we've been at this since about 12:30.
Ms. Lewis, any objection to a short restroom break?
No,
This witness,
no.
of course, will not confer with anyone during the break.
That's fine.
Folks, please rise for the jury. Ms. Lauber, same warnings regarding the microphone, and please remember you're still under oath.
Yes.
Very good. Ms. Lewis, please proceed.
Carmen, let's go back to when you went and got the pills from Susan Kohler. So right before the break, you said that Susan got you Roxy's, and that Roxy's are oxycodone. Did I get that right?
Correct.
All right. What are Roxy 30s?
They are a stronger pain pill. Hydrocodone, I believe.
Are they 30 milligram oxycodones?
I'm not sure.
You're not sure. That's fine. All right, let's see. No, but Susan got you some prescription oxycodone. When you were interviewed on May 2nd, the interview we're talking about right now, you said that you left those pills in the fire pit at the house in Midway. Do you remember that?
No, I don't recall.
Can you look at page 41? Do you see that?
Yes, I do see.
So at that time you said, I left the pills in the fire pit at Midway, and the money was in the fire pit in Midway.
Correct.
It's different than what you said today, though, right?
Yes.
All right. Fair to say, though, 3 years ago, you might have remembered a little bit better than you do today what happened, right?
No.
Did someone tell you what you said 3 years ago was wrong, so now you're saying something different today?
No, nobody told me what I said was wrong.
But you did say then that you left them in the fire pit at Midway.
Yes.
All right, we'll get back to that. In that interview, you told Detectives Maynard, Detective O'Driscoll, and Agent Sorensen that you never did a hand-to-hand exchange with Corey. Turn to page 41.
I'm on 41.
It says you never exchanged pills with Corey. Isn't that what you told them then?
Yes.
So you said then, I never did a hand-to-hand exchange with Corey, but today you're saying you gave those pills directly to Corey.
Yes, in my driveway.
And you said that the pills were $600.
Yes.
And that you fronted the money. That's what you said today, is that you fronted the money.
Yes, to Susan.
So you didn't make any money off doing that?
No.
So you just,
Not this one, no.
it's not a very good drug dealer, correct?
Right.
All right, so you just took the money, got the pills, paid for them, took them back and forth, risked drug court just because.
I thought she was a friend.
All right. So at that time, at that interview, you told detectives that again, that you bought the pills from Susan, left the pills in the fire pit, and you told them that this was the first of 3 times you bought drugs from Ms. Richards. That's what you told them back in May of 2023.
Yes.
You bought pills once from Susan, twice from Robbie.
Oh, once from Susan, 3 from Robbie.
It's not what you told them then, though, right?
I'm not sure. It was a lot to process. It was quite a few years ago.
Let me look at page 54, I think it is. Let me just be sure. Right here and right here. When you were being interviewed in May, and you were telling them in May of 23, and you were telling them, I picked up the money from the fire pit, I got the pills from Susan, I left the pills in the fire pit. Detectives told you that it was really important you had to be very clear what had happened, right?
Yes.
And you were doing your best, I would imagine, to tell them what you remembered happened.
Yes, there was a lot to process.
Yeah, I understand. But that's what you told them. I left the pills in the fire pit.
Yes.
And you talked more that day about how you really needed to stay in drug court, correct?
Yes.
You turn to page 62. You told them you were gonna fight. You were gonna fight hard to stay in drug court, correct?
Yes.
And they told you, well, lucky for you, we're on your side. And as long as this relationship continues, we're here for you. Remember that?
I don't recall.
We'll take a look there on page 62.
62?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Okay. And that's what they told you. Lucky for you, we're on your side.
Yes.
And as long as this relationship continues, we're here for you.
Yes.
And you tell them, I'll do whatever I can. Correct?
Yes.
And you tell them throughout this interview and really throughout the next 6, 7 interviews that you have a lot of memory problems.
There's a lot to process, yes.
I understand. You told them, though, that you have a lot of memory problems.
I don't know those exact orders, but
Look to page 64.
yes.
And you told them more than once over those days you had a lot of memory problems, correct?
That my memory wasn't the best, yes.
Yeah. You told that to Nick Bonsavage when you spoke with him on the phone. Remember that?
Yes, still once again, a lot to process when you're incarcerated.
And you told them that you had fried your brain using drugs.
A figure of speech, yes.
But you said that figure of speech numerous times over those interviews, right?
Probably yes.
Numerous times. I've been using drugs since 6th grade. My brain is fried.
Yes.
All right. And during this interview, they're still telling you you might be going to prison here.
Yes.
But that's not going to happen. We talked about that as long as you help them out.
Correct.
And by helping them out, they tell you that means you need to give us the details to make sure Corey gets convicted of murder, correct?
I don't know if that's their exact words.
Can we pull up Defense Exhibit 1032? How do you want to do this? This is for impeachment. Do we play this just for the witness, or can we? I'm not admitted. It's a demonstrative for impeachment.
Please approach.
Yeah.
If you would pay attention to the screen for a moment. Go ahead.
So here's where it's at with McKay and your drug court. They are looking for, and this is going to be upsetting, but let me finish. They're looking to pull your drug court deal and ask for 7 years on your 2 first. 5 years for the 1 felony and then a 40% portion for the second for 7 years. The only exception to that and the only thing that they're willing to help you out with is if you can help us out with this.
And by so, he means give us the details that will ensure Corey gets convicted of murder.
So that's what they said to you.
Yes.
And let me just identify a couple of people here. The first person speaking to you, telling you that, first he says, I talked to McKay. McKay is the prosecutor in Wasatch County Drug Court, right?
Correct.
McKay King.
Yes, correct.
All right. And that in talking to McKay King, you may be getting 7 years in prison on your state case.
Correct.
But if you help him out, that's not going to happen.
Correct.
And by helping him out, that means you need to give us the details that will ensure that Corey gets convicted.
Correct.
And you are willing to do whatever it takes to save yourself from getting kicked out of drug court and going to prison, correct?
I'm willing to go forward with the truth, yes.
And you tell them, I'll do whatever it takes.
Yes. That means incriminating me, yes.
But then you tell them, but I need a blueprint about what happened. Because you don't know what happened, right?
And I just needed a layout of what was going on.
That's right. You said you need to lay out for me what you want, right?
Not lay out what they want, lay out what happened or what.
Look at page 80.
Page what?
80 of the same May 2nd. You need a blueprint. You need to lay it out for me, correct?
It just says a blueprint, yes.
All right. And then you said, I'll do whatever because you struggled really hard to get where it is. I'll do whatever it takes, correct? That's not on that page. I'm asking if you remember that.
Sorry, yes.
It's fine. You did tell them that. And so they say, all right, that's great. We'll go to the prosecutor and we'll try and hammer out a deal for you.
Correct.
Now, do you recall, and if you don't, you can turn to page 69, that during that meeting, Detective O'Driscoll asked you to write down everything that you could remember for your next meeting, to help out with the next meeting. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Did you ever do that? Did you write that out?
No.
I just wondered if that had happened. Now, you tell them, and I think you said this again today, that after you got pills from Susan Kohler, the next set of pills you got were light green pills.
Correct.
Katie, can you pull up Exhibit 1030? Can you see that, Ms. Lauber?
Yes, I do.
Does that look similar, or I don't know, how close do those look to the pills that you received?
Those are darker green.
So the pills you got were even lighter green than that.
Yes, those are darker.
Can I admit that? For comparison, she says the pills were lighter than the pills in that picture.
No, Your Honor, authenticity.
I can blow it up bigger. It's just a picture of the pills.
Just a picture.
If it's just the picture of the two pills,
Tablets. That's fine.
but there's a whole lot of.
How about, can we just publish this? We don't have to. Do you want to admit this as a redacted copy or just publish it?
Let's admit it as a redacted copy for now.
Any objection?
If we redact everything around the pills.
Yeah, I think what we're talking about here is this, what's on the counsel and witness screen, Mr. Bloodworth.
She's redacting it in real time. Is there a second page? No, I'm sorry, is there a second?
Oh, I don't think so.
Yeah, that too. If we want to publish the photo of the two pills now, that's fine.
Yeah, we'll mock
and
up.
And then redact it later. And
Understood. Let's publish just the photograph of the tablets. Thank you. All right, pausing there for just a moment.
So your memory is the first pills you got from Mr. Crozier were an even lighter green color than that.
Yes.
Do you remember if they said anything on them? Those pills say something on them.
I don't recall. They said they were in a little plastic bag. I didn't sit there and count them and play with them.
Now, you now have a conversation with the detectives. They are telling you, well, you asked for blues. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And then they ask you, actually, some of the same questions I was asking you. You asked for, what are M30s? Do you remember they were asking you about M30s and Roxys or Oxys?
I don't recall.
Why don't you turn to page 90 and 91? They're asking you about M30s. You see that? Are you on page 90?
I am on 90.
What's the question, Miss Lewis?
The question is, they ask you what M30s are, and you tell them that M30s are either Roxys or Oxys. Correct?
Correct. I'm not seeing the question in here at all.
All right. Well, maybe you just remember. They asked you what M30s were, and you told them M30s are Roxys or Oxy, which is oxycodone, correct?
Ms. Lauber, I'm sorry. We're getting confused here. I need you to be more specific about when you're asking her, whether it's something in the transcript or if you're asking something based on her memory.
Do you remember that they asked you what M30s were? Or they asked you about M30s?
Yes, that's right here.
And you told them M30s would be Roxys or oxycodone?
Yes.
Oxys.
Yes.
But isn't it true that Sergeant O'Driscoll says, no, M30s are fentanyl? And I'm not using his exact words, but he tells you M30s are fentanyl.
Yes.
And you say, well, what did you say? Do you remember? Is it there?
I don't recall.
Did you say, oh, okay, see, that's how much I don't really deal with them?
Yes, with fentanyl, yes.
Because you don't know anything about fentanyl.
No, not really.
Corey Richens, she never did ask you for fentanyl, correct?
No, when I had told her what Robbie had, she said, okay, go ahead and get the fentanyl.
That's your testimony today?
Yes, she did ask for it. When I told her what I had, that's what she said, yes.
That's the first time you've said that, though, right?
No.
You told them that Corey never asked for fentanyl.
In jail or... Now I'm confused. Can you repeat the question?
You told authorities during the course of these interviews that Corey Richens never asked for fentanyl.
Yes.
And you kept telling them during this interview that you got Roxy's.
The ones from Susan Kohler, yes.
They tell you that you got fentanyl for Corey Richards, correct?
No, when I reached out to Nicole Cummings, she would reach out to Robbie. Robbie's one that told me that he can give fentanyl.
That's your recollection today.
Yes.
That wasn't your recollection then, though, was it?
No. Like I said, it was a lot to process. I can't remember. It was a long time ago.
Okay. But what you do tell them is not that Corey didn't ask for fentanyl. She asked for the Michael Jackson drug.
Yes.
You tell them that.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't know what that is.
No.
And you Google it.
Yes.
And you discover that it's a drug called propofol.
Yes.
And propofol is not fentanyl.
No.
It's a sleeping drug.
Correct.
All right. But then they keep telling you that you must have given her fentanyl, correct?
I don't recall them saying that that's what.
You turn to page 124. And while you're looking, let me just, so up to this point, you've told them you got oxycodone from Susan, that Corey asked you for the Michael Jackson drug, that you didn't know what that was. And then they tell you it's fentanyl. And you said, well, they tell you M30s are fentanyl. And you said, well, I didn't know that. Just to recap. And now at this point, you say, well, I must have asked for fentanyl. Because why else would I have asked unless Corey told me to ask for fentanyl? Right?
Correct.
Ms. Lauber, I need you to speak loud.
Correct. Sorry.
And as you turn to page 125, you say, I want to say that is the only way that got in my head.
Correct.
So you're telling them, well, I guess Corey must have asked for fentanyl because why else would we be talking about fentanyl?
When I reached out to Nicole, she gave me Robbie's number. Robbie said that he had a friend with, I asked for the fentanyl, or he said he had fentanyl, and I reached back to Corey and said that he has some fentanyl.
We're going to come back to that because this is a new story today that you've never told before. But let's talk about the story you told on this day. This day, you said, how else did I get fentanyl in my head? Right?
Correct.
Ms. Lauber, isn't it fair to say you got fentanyl in your head from Detectives O'Driscoll and Maynard? They're the ones that put fentanyl in your head.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Because up till this point in the interview, you've said, no fentanyl. I don't deal in fentanyl. I didn't get her fentanyl. I got her Roxy's. I got her Oxys. Oh, she asked for Michael Jackson drugs. Oh, I guess I got her fentanyl. How else would fentanyl be in my head? Right? That's what's happened up to this point.
Correct.
And the only person up to this point who has put the word fentanyl in your head are these detectives, correct? Ms. Lauber, you're on the stand. At that point, they are the ones that told you it was fentanyl.
They're the ones that told me that Eric passed away from fentanyl.
They're the ones that put the word fentanyl in your head.
They're the ones that told me that that's where Eric passed away from.
But during this interview, you're very confused about what happened because first you told them that you dropped the oxy from Susan in the fire pit.
Correct.
And then you tell them you gave Corey some pills standing in the driveway.
Correct.
But you told them the pills in the driveway were not the pills from Susan. They were the light green pills that you got later, correct?
No, I believe I said that the ones that Susan gave me, she came and picked up in my driveway.
Let's go to page 135 of that interview. Where did you tell them you left the pills? Oh, I'll just show them.
There's 3 different ones right here. So they're the ones in my driveway.
Folks, we can't have a private conversation here. I need to pull that microphone back.
Oh, I'm sorry. She was explaining, and I'll ask the question based on that. All right. Thank you, Carmen. All right. So you're saying at this point now that you're telling them about 3 transactions.
Right here it says that.
And it says, go ahead, tell me what you said.
It says combined, yes, because the ones from Susan, and then the green ones, and then there was the other ones that were the fire pit. The third one was the fire pit.
But you don't tell them that the ones from Susan were in the driveway during this interview, correct?
I don't recall.
All right. But then later on, you tell them that, let's go to page 159, because you change your story. Tell me if you recall this. Go to page 159, then I'll ask you. I'm sorry, I know.
This is a lot.
You would just pause and listen to Ms. Lewis's question. Thank you.
Do you have it on the page?
Yes, 159.
Okay, listen to my question, and then if you don't remember, I'll have you look at the page. So you changed your story and you said, No, the first time wasn't in the driveway or the fire pit. The first time was in a cup in a closet inside the Midway house. You tell them that at this interview. Do you recall that?
I don't recall.
Look at the page there.
No, this just says one was at the house.
It says in the closet.
One was in the closet and one was in the fire. Sorry.
The first time was in a cup in a closet in the Midway house.
It doesn't say the first time. It just says one of them.
All right, fair. Now, when was that then that you left it in a cup in the closet?
It would have been the third one.
You think it was the
I
third
think
one?
I do believe so, yes.
Now, the third one, which the original third one or the new third one? Because originally you said there were only 3 transactions. 1 from Susan, 2 from Robbie. Now you're saying there's 4. 1 from Susan, 3 from Robbie. So are we talking about the original third transaction or the new third transaction?
Your Honor, objection foundation, they're the same transaction.
I think she said the transaction. She
There'd
said
be
there
the
were.
third one, no matter what you do.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, what?
The third is the third, no matter what you do.
It's the fourth that
Yeah,
was
so
added.
it's sustained. It's the fourth that was added.
All right, well, no, then let me reframe it. The third one originally would be the last transaction. Now, the third one would not be the last transaction. So are you talking about, because originally you said there were 3 transactions. So when you said the third, did you mean the last transaction?
When I say that, I mean the 3 from Robbie, including Susan's or excluding Susan's.
Well, this time you said there weren't 3 from Robbie. There were 2 from Robbie.
I don't recall that.
All right. We'll get back to that in another interview where you talk about that. For now, let me ask you this. Do you know when you left the pills in the cup in the Midway house? What approximate date?
I don't know approximate date.
Was it after February 11th? You testified on direct you bought pills from Susan on February 11th.
Yes.
So it would be after February 11th.
That second one would have been in my driveway. The third one would have been at the other house, the Midway house.
So that would have been sometime in February.
Approximately, yes.
All right. What was inside the Midway house at that time when you went into the house and left it in a cup in the closet?
It was pretty empty. There was just doing some construction stuff on it. And in the closet, she told me there would be a box with some coffee cups.
And were there any boxes in the house or just in the closet?
There was just the one in the closet. I didn't go looking in the house.
Got it. Now, as you're going through this interview with them at this time, you tell them again, I don't really know. My memory is messed up. It's foggy.
Yes, possibility.
Do we need to find it?
No,
Do you remember saying that? My memory's messed up.
I don't recall.
Turn to page 213.
Oh, what was your question?
That you told them your memory's messed up and it's foggy.
I don't see it on page 215.
213,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
213. 215. Correct.
And then you also told them during that interview, I bought pills for Corey 3 times, period. That's on page 165 if you remember saying that. If you remember that, you can just say, yes, I remember.
I don't recall. What page?
165.
Yes. It says 3 purchases were, oh, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, all 3 purchases were before it, yes.
You said there were 3 purchases all before Eric died.
Correct.
All right. They come back later and tell you that's not correct, right? That's not on the page. I'm just asking you. Did they come back another day and say, no, the last purchase was after Eric died?
The 4th one?
The new 4th one, yes.
Correct. Actually, yes, correct.
All right. You didn't remember that.
No, I don't recall.
Finally, at the end of this interview, where you've said, and I'm not going to go through it all again, we've been through all the different things you said like 3 times. You said to them, just write it all down and I'll sign it.
I don't recall saying that.
Page 183.
Oh, yes.
You did. You said, write it all down, I'll sign it.
They wanted me to write it, and I didn't want to write.
No, they didn't want you to write it. You asked them to write it all down for you, and you'll sign it. Because to their credit, they said, well, no, that's not how this works.
Your Honor,
So what?
I'd be a little bit more specific.
that wasn't a question, that was testimony and argument.
No,
It
the
is
question.
argumentative.
All right. I'll say it in a
You
nicer tone.
You
They-
have to ask a question.
They told you, or I'm sorry, you told them, write it all down and I will sign it, correct?
I asked if they could write down my statement, yes.
Right. You asked them to write it all down for you, correct?
To write my statement, yes.
For you.
As we wrote it down, as we spoke about it, yes, they asked them
And
if
you
they
would
could
just-
write it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. You would just sign whatever they wrote.
No, not sign whatever they wrote. My statement.
That they were going to write for you, correct?
I asked if they could write it as I did it, as I spoke about it.
That's not what you said here. You said, write it all down and I'll sign it, correct?
Your Honor, objection has been answered.
I'm not sure we got a clear answer. I'm still not sure what's on that page. So the question, Ms. Lauber, just so we can move on from here, is whether the transcript shows
It
what
says
Ms.
yes.
Lewis states.
Can you guys write it and I can sign it?
Thank you. All right. We're going to move to the May 3rd interview because they come back. I think it might just be Detective Maynard that comes back on May 3rd. I don't know if you recall. According to my notes, Detective Maynard comes back on May 3rd.
I know Maynard came one day, but I don't recall the date.
All right. So that interview starts out with Detective Maynard saying to you, well, because of what we came up with, it doesn't look like you're going to be charged. Remember that?
No, I don't recall.
Okay. You're having and I understand this was 3 years ago. It's hard to remember.
It's a lot to process, period.
But you remember it now, right?
Yes.
But 4 years after it happened, you remember it. But a year after it happened, you didn't remember it.
What was the question?
It was probably not a very good question. I'm going to ask it again. Sitting here today, you can't remember anything you said in these interviews. Well, not anything. That's not fair. A lot of what you said in these interviews, you can't remember.
This was 4 years ago.
This was 3 years ago.
Well, 3 years ago, yes.
But sitting here today, you remember very well what happened 4 years ago with these now 4 transactions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's look at page 3 of the interview on May 3rd.
What page?
Page 3 of the May 3rd interview. It might be in the next book. Book 2.
Now what page? Sorry.
Page 3.
What was the question?
Detective Maynard starts out this interview by saying, because of what we came up with yesterday, you're not going to be charged.
Correct.
And you tell him, again, I'm willing to do whatever.
Yes.
All right. They tell you that they're going to have to talk to Susan Kohler, right?
Yes.
They tell you that, well, Susan could end up being charged with murder if her pills led to someone's death, correct?
I don't recall that.
Page 11.
Oh, it's wrong page.
And they tell you Susan could be charged with murder, but you're not going to be because you are helping us.
Correct.
All right. Now they start to ask you about Nicole Cummings. You brought her up a couple of times, but this is really the first time during the interviews that you talk with the detectives about Nicole Cummings.
Correct.
All right. And this is after you said that Corey said, I need something stronger, maybe the Michael Jackson drug.
Correct.
All right. And you contact Nicole Cummings, who you knew. Were you roommates briefly? Is that how you knew her?
She was my roommate's son's girlfriend.
Roommate's son's girlfriend. Okay. So
the bedroom I rented, it wasn't my house. I rented a room, and her kids stayed there, and his girlfriend would.
Okay, that makes sense. And at that time, Nicole Cummings was a user.
Correct.
All right. So you reach out to Nicole Cummings to maybe get something stronger than the prescription oxy that you had got from Susan Kohler.
I think it was after the second one.
Well, it couldn't have been because you met Robbie through Nicole, right?
Sorry, are we talking about? This is where I get confused because we have the 3. So if we're eliminating Susan's, just talking about Robbie's.
No, we're
talking about Susan's.
We're talking about after you bought from Susan the first time. You get a text from Corey saying, my investor wants something stronger, maybe the Michael Jackson drug, which you don't know what that is.
No.
But it's not fentanyl.
No.
And that's when you do a Facebook message to Nicole asking her to get you something.
I actually have her.
I know what you're going to say because I said that wrong. You did a Facebook message to Nicole saying you needed to talk to her.
Correct.
All right. And when you talked to her, you said, I'd like some Roxy 30s.
I just asked her if she knew anybody that could get some pills.
That's your memory. So you don't remember saying, can you get me some Roxy 30s or...
I think I named off a variety.
If she
I'm
could
sorry,
give me,
what?
I think I named off a variety of pain pills.
Roxy 30s or blues, you said.
Yes.
What did that word mean to you at that time?
Blues mean on the street that they are a man-made drug.
So we're talking about early 2022. Blues at that time did not necessarily mean fentanyl, right?
No, they meant fentanyl on the street. The street drug is blues for fentanyl.
I know that became the street name for blues, but did it mean that when you reached out to Nicole?
Blues are blues.
And she told you, you need to talk to my friend Robert Crozier.
She said I had a friend.
And she arranged it, like gave
Gave me his number.
You don't remember, at least at that time, you didn't know what date that was.
No.
And they're trying to help you figure out when you bought pills from Robert Crozier.
Sorry, what was the question?
Detective Maynard, I guess I said they, but I think maybe
You
it was
said
just
they.
me. Was trying to help you figure out the dates that you bought pills from Robert Crozier.
Yes.
And they tell you that you contacted him twice for drugs, Robert Crozier.
I don't recall if that's what they told me.
Well, look at page 87.
What was your question?
They're trying to help you figure out the dates. And they tell you they find 2 dates that you contacted Robert Crozier by looking at your phone, right?
Correct.
You actually didn't remember Robert Crozier's name initially, right?
I actually knew him. He was up in Ogden.
Called him like the Ogden dude or something like that, right?
Somewhere up, yeah, the Ogden guy.
And they helped you figure out his name, right?
Actually, I told him if you would bring me if I had my phone, I could put it to link them together.
And that, I mean, they did. They found his contact in your phone, right?
Yes, it said Robbie and Nicole.
All right. So they say you contacted him twice for pills, and you said, yes, that's probably right. I was probably meeting him for pills.
Correct.
And then you tell them, I hope that helps you.
Correct.
And they say, well, we need more detail than that.
They said I had to go into more detail.
They told you they needed more detail.
That I needed to have, I needed to go into more detail.
So you're going back over again and about the first buy from Susan during this interview, correct? And that day, May 3rd, is when you tell them that you fronted the money to pay Susan, right? Correct?
For Susan, yes.
But the day before, that's not what you told them.
I don't recall.
Let's go back to the interview the day before, May 2nd. You can go to the other binder with the May 2nd interview.
What page?
Oh, might have to help here. Go to page 40. Actually, maybe could you pull up 40? If I don't know what's quicker for you two or for me to walk up there. So the day before, you tell Detective O'Driscoll and Agent Sorensen that somebody left the money for you in the fire pit. Look at the bottom. We may need to go to the next page. So in that interview, you're telling them you picked up the money in the fire pit, and then you picked up the pills, and then you went back to the Midway house and left the pills in the fire pit. That's what you told them on May 2nd.
What was the question? Sorry, I was just reading.
That on that day, you said the money was in the fire pit, and you left the pills in the fire pit. And we're talking about the pills that Susan Kohler sold you. That's what you tell them on May 2nd. Correct. And you said, I never exchanged money with Corey.
Correct.
But now the next day, you said, no, I fronted the money to Susan. And then I went and put the pills and picked up the money all at the same time.
I don't recall that.
Let's go back to May 3rd, page 108, going over to 109.
Which binder?
The May 3rd interview, binder 2.
Okay, go to what page?
108 to 109. That's when you changed your story to that you fronted the money to Susan, correct?
I'm on page 108.
So over to 109.
I've got to be in the wrong binder.
Please help.
I think I'm confused on the binders. That one's showing different. Oh, yep, I was in the wrong binder.
Oh, no.
Yep, sorry, I was in the wrong binder.
That's fine.
They're confusing me. Let me get this one out of the way.
Oh, it's confusing.
Yes.
So that's where you're telling them I didn't get any cash from Corey ever.
I'm not sure what question is pending, Miss.
Yes.
All right.
What's your question?
I was backing up a little. I'm going to back up a little from the last question. You said you didn't get any money from Corey ever. And then you said that you fronted the money to Susan.
Correct.
And then later got it in the fire pit. That's what you told them on this interview.
Correct, but I think I was mixing up the purchases.
That's not what you told them.
For your question?
I'm saying that's not what he told them.
Correct.
He told them it was a Susan Kohler purchase.
Correct.
Then they go back and they're still telling you, well, you still might be looking at time, state and federal time, right?
Correct.
But they tell you you're getting a big, giant get out of jail free card because of you helping us. Remember them telling you that?
I don't know if those were the exact words, but
Page 112.
something like that.
Bottom of 112 over to 113.
Correct.
You're getting a big, giant get out of jail free card from us.
Correct.
From them. And I think actually Detective O'Driscoll was there at this interview. I think he's the one that told you that, right?
No, it's Detective Maynard.
I still think he was there, but we'll move on. But all right. Thank you for clarifying that. All right. Because go to page 116. This is where Detective O'Driscoll. See, this is the first I'm just going to ask you if you remember, and if you don't, then look down at the page.
Okay.
Do you remember that Detective O'Driscoll tells you something to the effect that this whole case is hinged on you, and you have to finish painting the picture because they don't have enough yet?
Correct.
So you go through your story again, correct?
Just listen to Miss Lewis's question.
They go through so you try and go through the story again.
Correct.
All right. And you tell them again that Corey said, I need some pills for an investor with back problems the first time she reached out.
Correct.
And then you tell them that you know for a fact the first 2 times you bought pills were not fentanyl.
I don't recall that.
All right, let's go to page 127. No, actually, I'm sorry. Let's go to page 131, I think it is.
So 131?
Yes. Let me see. I'm not sure which page. You see down towards the bottom of the page? All right, so I know for a fact the first ones weren't. It doesn't help when you blow it up here. And then let's go to, do you see that? I'm sorry.
Yes.
All right. And let's go to 134.
Wait a minute. I'm sorry. What was the question you were asking?
The question was, on this page, she says, I know the first time wasn't fentanyl. She said correct, right?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know you was asking the question. What was it?
So at this point, you say, I know for sure the first time wasn't fentanyl, correct?
It says here, I know for a fact the first one in the beginning was not fentanyl.
Now, can I see page 134? I'm going to look I can't find the exact spot I'm looking for right now, so I'm going to go back to that.
Counsel, may I just have a quick scheduling conversation with you?
Fine.
Yes, please. Just brief.
I think this will be an all right place to stop.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, we're going to recess for the evening. My now becoming traditional warning, please, though, hear me out. Do not talk about the case. Do not let anyone talk to you about the case. Please affirmatively avoid listening to, reading, or watching any report about the case on any source. Please do not do any internet searches about the case or anything you heard in the courtroom at all. Please enjoy your evening. Travel safe. We'll start again tomorrow morning at 8:30 a.m. Please rise for the jury. Have a seat. Thank you. Ms. Lauber, I appreciate your patience today. I need you to come back tomorrow morning. I need you to be here ready to go again at 8:30 a.m. All right? An important instruction. Between now and then, you cannot talk to anyone about your testimony. You can say things like, I have to be back in court at 8:30 a.m. They're not done. But the substance, the questions, can't talk about any of that. It's as if you're still on the stand. Can you do that? All right. You can step down. Please travel safe. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Mr. Bloodworth, Ms. Lewis, Ms. Nestor, I'd like to make a record regarding the note from the jury, the action we took. Any objection?
No objection.
Note from the jury?
The note regarding the jury,
Oh, I understand. Thank you.
not from the jury.
I got it.
I think this was written by a juror.
Oh, I didn't understand.
This was passed out from a juror. So, during an afternoon recess, a juror passed a note to one of the bailiffs that read, quote, Judge, I'm having a little trouble with handwriting, so bear with me here. Are there members of the audience in the courtroom that are sketching members of the jury? Question mark. Is that allowed without consent? Question mark. It is distracting and a concern. Please advise. In response to this note, court staff confirmed that there was a member of the spectators that was in fact sketching jurors and identifying the sketches by juror number. That sketchbook was confiscated. The sketches of the jurors were removed from the sketchbook. That person has been removed as a spectator, will not be allowed back in. We cannot have anyone doing anything to identify the jurors in any way. And then the jurors were informed by a bailiff, not by me, that we responded in that way, so they do not have to speculate about whether that's continuing. Mr. Bloodworth, anything further on that? Ms. Nestor?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else on the record before we recess? Mr. Bloodworth?
No, sir.
Counsel?
No.
We'll recess for the evening. Please travel safely. Take care.
All right.
Court's in recess. Thank you.